everyone. How's everyone doing? Just want to take a couple minutes of my time, and a couple minutes of your time, to see if I can help anyone going through this process, or anyone that wants to go through this process, or anyone that has any questions about this process. And what I'm talking about is the insurance process for restoring your home after a storm, like from a hurricane, a flood, hail, wind, fire, and I guess any other natural disasters like that. So what should be my first steps as a homeowner after a storm? Your first step should be one, do a visual inspection yourself. But after a storm, do a on-site inspection yourself. Make sure there's nothing that's obviously needed at that moment, like a tree or like something blown off, and things like that. Afterwards, it might be best to review your policy, depending on how much damage your home has, to see if a claim is a viable option. So you don't want to be filing a claim for one lost shingle, because more than likely that won't exceed your deductible. But just review the policy, see what policy you have, and go from there. If it's safe to still live in, then it would be to do any temporary repairs that need to be done in order to keep your house in the dry, which is mostly required by all the insurance agents' policies, so they don't deny your claims. Like if there's a huge hole in your roof, or if hail was super bad that it will cause leaks, the insurance policy, or most insurance policies, do cover that. Again, review your policy, and you can give you could probably call your agent to make sure these things will be covered. And then secondly, it's probably get a second opinion with a reputable source, a reputable roofing company, a reputable flooring company, see if there's any damages that may need to be repaired. And at that point, you'll evaluate your options and see what is in your best interest. Might be something you can take advantage of, and sure, it's a reputable company then you can start with, and most people will do that without a question. And then afterwards, after you get a report, and you should get a report from whoever you hire with pictures and details and whatnot, so it'd be something to substantiate your claim with, damage report from a reputable company. File your claim paperwork if you so desire, and go through the process. Having an adjuster meeting with a field adjuster or an inspector, a third-party inspector that comes out to your house just to see if it's on the behalf of the insurance company, to see if it's an actual claim. Another question most people ask is like, will contractor cover my deductible? You wouldn't not want to pay your deductible, because that could also be considered insurance fraud or be dropped by your insurance. Job begins for a reputable contractor at this point by supplementing before they begin the work. They'll go over the estimate that insurance gave you, detail out what they need in addition to it to make sure your roof is up to code and to best practices, and whatever they need to make sure they pay out fairly for what your roof is worth, or what your damage to your soffits was worth, or the damage to your ceiling was worth, damage to your floors was worth, and so on. They'll make sure that all that information probably comes from the first roof inspection. Here's a couple samples of damages that you can see from roofs. That's all for me, so I'll see you later. a reputable roofing company, they should be able to help you out through that whole process.